We're going to queer up HOTspots. HOTspots magazine on stands Thursdays celebrates Broadway across South Florida. The new HOTspots magazine on stands Thursday celebrates the hottest Broadway hits coming to South Florida. The Bank of America Broadway and Fort Lauderdale series, sponsored by Nicholas Children's Hospital, has announced their 2023-2024 season at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. The season includes 5 Fort Lauderdale premieres: Funny Girl, Hadestown, Moulin Rouge, the musical, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Clue. The season also features the return of Annie and the Book of Mormon. The Miami-Dade County Broadway Across America at the Adrian Arts Center includes 2 South Florida premieres, The Cher Show and Peter Pan. It also features the Miami premiere of Pretty Woman, the musical. Kravis on Broadway in Palm Beach features 6 West Palm Beach premieres, as well as top favorites like Hamilton, Mean Girls, and Beetlejuice. Make sure to pick up the new issue on stands Thursday to find out the full schedule. This is fantastic. I'm from New York originally. I'm a huge arts and culture fan. I think life is just not the same without being able to sit and live out these other lives through these different mediums. I'm so excited to see.
Calling all Broadway queens.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see South Florida have so much entertainment being shown. So many different conversations, from Hamilton to Annie to the Book of Mormon, in a state that's trying to not teach history and not teach math and not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're doing. But since, we're facing to show that the cities down here in South Florida are stepping up and going, we're gonna have our productions and we're gonna expand people's minds and give people those safe spaces to explore that. I'm loving it. I hadn't heard of it before this story, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna check some of these out.
Absolutely. And as I've said it before, and I'll say it again to the people who are watching this, who are considering to not traveling to Florida because of Ron DeSantis, do not punish the blue counties. The blue counties like Miami-Dade, Fort Lauderdale, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. We are the ones here, and we are the tourist centers. Orlando is a tourist center. We are not DeSantis fans. These people are, the state government does not represent us. The state government is trying to punish us. So please come visit. Fill our wallets with your tourist money so that we can fight back.
Or just come and have fun. Great shows. Thank you, New Yorkers, because you brought all that culture to Florida.
Yeah.
And you talked about seeing like the shows with the original Broadway cast and everything. And yeah, we get the touring companies that come down here, but like on big shows like Mean Girls and Hamilton, they've got more than one touring company going across the country at any one time. And we get the A-list. Yeah. We get the best touring companies.
Fantastic.
And sometimes, and you can't advertise it because you never know what's going to happen, but sometimes some of the performers will come down and like do an after party show at the pub where they just come in and they just start singing. And you can't plan for it. You never know when it's going to happen, but it happens. And it's always such a rockin' time when it happens. I have a couple of quick questions.
Joe Allen's in the New York City days. Everybody after Broadway would go to Joe Allen's and just hang out. It'd be like Fame.
Oh, W.W. Allen. Cher is coming. Now, the original Broadway show had 3 Chers playing her at each stage of life. So I am happy to interview all 3 Chers when they come to town and let you know how they compare to the actual Cher, who's a very good friend of mine and I've met. Second of all, Moulin Rouge, the musical. Wasn't Moulin Rouge like a musical when it was?
Yeah, it is.
When it was released. So okay, so if it's even more musicaler, then I'm completely here for it because the movie was fantastic.
Are we just repeating what Baz Luhrmann does, or I don't?
There are worse people to repeat.
That's true.
There are absolutely worse people to repeat.
An exciting show for sure.
Yeah, so it's August. It's middle of August now. Season starts kicking off in September and October. So I'm 100% here for it.
Absolutely.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out television network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.